So now you're backed by Y Combinator, which is impressive. So what does that whole selection and application process look like?
So I think it's pretty straightforward. They have an application online. They have a preference for sort of, technical people who just want to build something. They have their heads on straight about where the product is sort of going, and maybe they don't have a big idea of where they're going to make money from it, but they have a good sense of what people want to do or what they want to get from their product, and they just want to build it out for that.
So what made you want to be a part of that and kind of go through their process?
I think honestly the first thing was just like, hey, it's an excuse for us to dedicate full time to this. If we get Y Combinator funding and then we just take some time off, we'll concentrate on this. But learning more about it, we got to know a lot of people involved in it. So we met some people that did the program before, people who are doing really well right now, and you just get really kind of sucked into the whole culture, and it seemed like a really great experience.
Sure. So what all does the program offer?
It's some money,
some dinners and events, right?
Yeah, they feed you. There's a lot of there's events. There's a lot of hooking up with like industry people. They put you in front of a bunch of investors for demo day.
That's great.
But the greatest benefit I got from that was just the community, not the community, the alum sort of network.
Yeah.
So a lot of my friends now are people who've done companies through Y Combinator, and they're still out here in the city now doing greater stuff.
Right. So what was kind of the best advice that you learned from?
I think we kind of covered it. Just figure out what people want from your product, and that's just pushing out as fast as you can. I mean, it's not going to apply for everything. If you're creating medical devices, for example, you might want to put some more thought into it and figure it out before you start selling it. But it's very cheap to do what we do. So we were able just to push this stuff out because we're just writing software for the web, and we're able to do that. And people can kind of go on, and if they're going to pass on it, all right, we'll reevaluate it and work on something else. But it's fun just to really participate in this, vibrant culture we have going on. And we were just able to do that, and we had people come on and encourage us, and we're just taking it from there.
Definitely. So would you have any advice to someone who maybe wants to kind of go through the whole Y Combinator application process on how they should do it, how they could get accepted?
Yeah, I mean, I think that number one advice would just be know that you don't need them, right? I mean, that's the whole thing.
That works for a lot of things in life.
Yeah,
actually.
Exactly. If you're Y Combinator would love you to, join with them if they feel like you're doing great things without them.
Right.
So just start building something, take all the advice that you can learn for free on the web, and just do something great. And then if you want to get hooked up with the great, network in Y Combinator, apply and see how that hits.
So now, did you always envision yourself kind of becoming an entrepreneur, CEO of a startup?
Yes. No.
Okay.
No. And I don't think any of us kind of think of it that way either. We're still just kind of we can never really take a step back and think about what's going on. It's more like you're involved in it day to day, and you're just making sure you're getting by.
Sure. So is your background technical then?
Yeah, I did computer science engineering in school. Same major as my co-founder Jason.
Okay.
So I actually knew him met him back in middle school. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, we always were kind of into computers, and we're always working on stuff. So, and we shared some classes while in college, since we ended up going to the same school as well.
Right.
And yeah.
So you guys go way back.
We do.
So that's probably a great thing for founders, just have that kind of relationship.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm really comfortable working with him. I know his quirks, and he knows mine.
Sure. Does it ever create any challenges? I mean, at some point, even that you're friends, right? Mm-hmm. You have to sit down and kind of divide up who owns what parts of the company, or how much of the company, and you have to have those conversations. Is that difficult?
It feels like it never really came up. I mean, we were...
Okay.
Yeah, I think that we both put in equal effort. It's sort of like we never really have to question each other when it comes to that. In terms of like decision making, he's much brighter than I am in terms of, I don't know, everything. All the technical decisions always go through him.
Okay. So, he's the CTO, right?
Yes.
Okay. I see. So kind of speaking generally across all industries, what do you think it really takes to succeed as an entrepreneur?
Drive. I mean, it's something cliched and stupid. I don't know.
No.
I never really thought about it, but that's probably what it is, because you're going to fail a lot. You can get turned down a lot. But I think the people that do succeed just keep going. A lot of people kind of do this stealth thing, like, I have this great idea, but I don't want to share with you because it's so good.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people will agree that if it's so good, then, you know, it's going to be thought of before, or they're going to think it's a stupid idea because maybe you're just so, you know, ahead in terms of your thought process that you thought of it so deeply that no one else has figured that out yet.
They just don't understand, right?
Yeah, and I think for someone who wants to be an entrepreneur and who wants to kind of have a big impact on the sort of project that they're working on, have, you know, a great ownership of it.
Right.
There really isn't a point to giving up, and, you know,
you just keep going.
I think you just keep going. But when it drills down to the specific project or specific venture you're on, I think it's very it's tougher to call whether or not it's time to give up and do something else or not. Yeah. But I think it's great that there's a lot of people just like you, and you can talk to them.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you if it blows or.
Right, so true. All right, well, thanks for talking to me today, for being on Talk Tech.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching.